marketing continues to change and evolve, and it continues to do so at a rapid rate. And recently we've seen articles out there about organizations and big organizations, major companies doing away with the CMO role. So what does that mean going forward? What does it mean for marketing? What does it mean specifically for people who are or who aspire to be a CMO? So the first question I'm getting is the role of CMO going away? And the answer to that question is definitely not, right? Nothing's going to change as far as, do organizations need marketing? The answer is obviously yes. And therefore, do they need someone who can lead that function? And the answer is obviously yes. So now the question becomes, what's going on within those organizations that have decided to do away with the role? And as we've outlined and identified before, hiring for that role is difficult, right? It's difficult because most of the time the person that the CMO is reporting to is not a marketer, right? So you've got a CEO who's incredibly talented, and that individual probably comes from an operations side, possibly a finance side, but they've come to the CEO role not through a marketing channel. And then you've got someone in HR who's equally as talented, their role very good within their function, but does not have a marketing background. And we've likely and maybe gone out and hired a search firm, and the person I'm talking to on the other end of the phone has never been in a marketing role. So now I put those three things together, and what's the likelihood that I'm going to successfully go out and recruit top marketing talent? And the answer is it's pretty thin, right? So the reason why we only hire former marketers to come in and be executive search professionals is because there's no real way to deeply vet that candidate for top marketing skill set unless you understand marketing at a deep level, right? As fast as marketing's changing, we're working really hard every day to stay ahead of that. And I can't imagine how you would stay ahead of that if you didn't know marketing to begin with, right? So what that means is, as I'm hiring a CMO, if I didn't have the right ingredients in the process to come out with the right candidate at the end, my failure rate's very high. And it's one of the reasons why, although it's going in the right direction, CMO tenure in the C-suite is still really short, right? It's the shortest of all C-suite executives. So what's happened in the organizations that have done away with the CMO role is they've had multiple challenges with getting the right person in that role, so they've just stopped trying. And I think that pendulum will shift and they'll try again. I don't have any inside knowledge on that. That's my understanding of the marketplace and my 20 plus years of doing marketing executive search talking. But I think they'll come back around because they'll see how important marketing is. And we can change the title to Chief Revenue Officer. We can change the title to other things. But fundamentally, if the activities that go on and the strategy that goes on with marketing is reporting up to you, at the end of the day, you're still the Chief Marketing Officer, right? The other thing that we're seeing organizations start to do again, which is actually a little scary, is take marketing and sales and put them back together under one executive, right? And fundamentally, the activities that go on and the strategy that goes on and the things that happen in marketing and sales are completely different. They're both focused on revenue generation, right? And they're both focused on helping the organization grow, but how they get there couldn't be more different, right? They're as different as finance and HR. They're as different as operations and marketing. And so putting those under the same leader, time and time again, that individual is set up to fail. So as we look forward, right, to 2020 and we say, what's it going to take to succeed in the CMO role? And the reality is, as a CMO, you're responsible for helping the organization grow, period, right? Should be growing from a revenue perspective, should be growing from a profit perspective, and return on marketing investment should be growing. So every dollar that you're spending should become more valuable as you go forward. And those are the kind of results that the CEO has the right to expect and the organization as a whole has the right to expect. And the challenge with that is too many CMOs still aren't doing a good job of measuring and reporting back the results of marketing. And the reality is, here we sit in 2019 looking forward to 2020, it's completely possible. So if you as a marketer haven't figured that out, you need to go back and learn some new things. And if you as a CEO don't have a marketer on your team as the CMO that can do that, then you don't have the right marketer on your team.